Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. We are starting off today in the clothing and shoes and purse section here at this Goodwill. This Goodwill doesn't really, we don't really find we haven't been finding really too much here, but sourcing here late last year, early this year was pretty good, but yeah, it's not looking pretty good. Looking at this Disney one. I initially thought maybe it was a Loungefly purse, but upon further inspection, it just appears to be an unbranded Disney. So I end up, at the end of the video, I end up putting that back. I'm not gonna. I just Google image it, and because it had no brand on it, and I saw one similar for around $30 on another platform, but no. But here we go, another Brighton purse. I saw the heart on the front of it, and I just want to confirm by opening it, but it appears that little tag is kind of blocking the zipper. Thought maybe the name would be behind it, but the quality already is feeling great. There we go. And I just look at the little tag, identify it's a Brighton. Another Brighton purse. They have the same tags as Coach purses. So just be careful with that. Make sure you're not selling a Brighton as a Coach or vice versa. But Brighton sometimes could be more valuable than a Coach. I do have some more valuable Brighton purses or I should say more valuable than a Coach purse right now in inventory. But Brighton purse, that's a big score. I don't know if I show the comps on that later on, but probably about $100 purse. I'm drawn to this purse because of the brown leather, but it has like a unique tag. Like the tag's kind of odd. I was looking at it and like kind of, I don't know, it looked like a tag for electronic device or something, and didn't have the crossbody strap in there, so I just put it back. So electronics section, this store is large. It's a large store, and primarily lots and lots of clothing, and so they have lots of room for stuff. And their electronics section, while it's big, it's not very well stocked with good electronics, and that is something I tend to gravitate towards first, just because that's my specialty. And so I'm looking at these keyboards here. I have found some keyboards here, some nice what do you call it? The clicky. Can't even think of the word. Here, look. Oh no, wait. I don't want to type on that one because that's on my keyboard. I was gonna make the sound for you on my mechanical keyboard. Gee, that's the mechanical keyboard. Looking for mechanical keyboards there. I said it 3 times in a row for you. If I click the mechanical keyboard right now, I might do something to my video. But here's an IKEA light. These lights are pretty good. They got to be complete though, and I think I'll show you guys in the video later on that I looked it up, and that light comes with a stand, which I ones I've sourced before similar to that are all wall mounted. So I was just assuming it was a wall mount, but apparently it comes with a stand. And I'm scanning the wall here. They have a bunch of stuff. This is where they put all their boxed items, like boxed game. Like they put their games in the they do put their games inside the section over where they have toys, but they do put a lot of games and stuff here, a lot of boxed items. So you really got to go through these boxes, especially if the boxes are unmarked. You really should check the unmarked boxes here. I do a little bit of a deeper dive scan. I was here at this Goodwill recently, so I've kind of already, scoured the wall. So a lot of the stuff is looking kind of familiar, but they do refresh it. I'm here at the beginning of the day as well, too. I'm here at when they open at 10 a.m. And I do want to show you guys videos from different times of the day at Goodwill, just to see what you can find. Here's a Starbucks mug. I scan it. I still really didn't get good comps on it. But just based on my scan, and I'm pretty sure I show you guys in the video here what it's looking like. I think someone had like some obscene price on it, like $300 on Poshmark or something. So Disney backpack. I recently sold 2 Disney backpacks that were Vacation Club member backpacks. So those are definite bolos if you get them for the right price. I got mine, both of them for around a $5 mark each. So here we go. And I'm walking and I'm scanning. You know, definitely want to keep going and moving. The store isn't too busy at the moment just because it barely opened. There's some comps there. I just Google imaged it really quick. Later on, I'm going to do a... I'll tack it on the end of this video because I'll show you exactly what I got, but I'll comp it out on eBay. I'll just quickly doing a scan and looking at other platforms. We're in the toy section, checking things out. Toy section in this one isn't really that great. Thought this was interesting. Not sure. Trying to see if it worked or not. Had a name on it. I forgot what it was called exactly. But we're going to go ahead and look that guy up just to be sure. It's not. I'm not passing up any profit there on the shelves. But I'm leaving it there. It doesn't look like a good item. Let me know. Leave a comment down below if you see anything in any of these videos that I may be passing up that has value. I have a lot. I mean, I do have a lot of knowledge over the years that I've accumulated, but you know, we should always be learning and learning new things, helping each other out. If you see any toys here, anything, any of the purses I went through, any of the electronics I went through, if you see anything of value. I thought this was an older Jurassic Park character, but it had a little pull-out thing for, and it showed kind of like the DNA. And I ended up putting that back towards after, you know, right before I leave the store here. Just wasn't gonna be. There was I tried to scan it. I tried to look it up, and I couldn't really find exact comps on it. Scanning the bags, looking for something to draw me in. There, look at that. There's an eBay bag right there. We are not too far from eBay headquarters, so I do find plenty of eBay branded items around in these Goodwills. Looking for anything like, you know, we found Yeti coolers. Definitely keep your eye out for Yeti coolers. We found one, not at this Goodwill, but a Goodwill a little bit further down the street. And we ended up selling that one for close to about $200. Also looking for Tumi, T-U-M-I bags. Really high-end travel bags. Keep your eye out for them. If you do find them, they do turn up. Saw a couple of bags that look like Kipling bags, but no. So, usually just a lot of generic laptop bags, and you know, sometimes there will be purses in here, so do keep your eye out for purses that they're hidden in the bag aisle. This is a Wilson's leather from back in the day. If it had been in better condition, I might have picked this up. It was good leather. The strap wasn't original to that bag, so I think I need to clean the lens on my camera here. I'm looking at the video now, and I see something on that. I see this bag here. The leather's really nice. It's got like a suede flap there, and it has a name on it. Really well made bag, but perhaps I spent way too much time on it than I should have because there were no sold comps. A little bit of dirt, a little dirt there. This might have been like just a good pickup for, you know, to give a gift or something, or you know, maybe my wife or whoever would have liked that. It was a really nice leather bag, name brand leather bag. I found a lot of listed. There were several listed but nothing sold on it. So I was kind of surprised because it's a really nice bag. I forgot what the name of that was. I can't really even see my phone on the video. I can't find anything. I search bags, I search purse, and then once I take off the sold tab, then there they are, all sitting there. Maybe they're just overpriced. I don't know, but I think I keep it in the. I'll keep it in the basket for a little while and think about it. Ultimately, though, I end up putting it back. It's just there's no comps. There's no comps in the last 3 months. A whole bunch listed telling me that nobody's interested in it, even though it's really nice. I bet if more people had that purse in hand, it would be a better seller because it was a nice leather, and it's red. You know, red's a pretty popular color. There I am. I'm scanning that Disney bag now. And so I'm moving, I'm scanning, I'm looking stuff up because I don't want to end up at the end of my trip here with a cart full of stuff and I got to put everything back. So as I'm moving down the aisles, I'm scanning, I'm looking, I'm comping, seeing what's good, what's not good. There's a few people in that aisle. It's a good aisle to go through because that's where they put all their little knickknacks and they just shove all these bags there. I have found some great stuff in these little baggies over here to the right. I see a disk drive, an external disk drive. I might have picked this up, but the connector was weird. It looks like a proprietary connector to Dell laptops or something, so I wasn't going to mess with that. If it was USB, it might have been a good pickup just because people do still use those. And I recently picked up a whole bunch of brand new ones, so they do have value. They do have value, but make sure they have that USB connector. Even the older one, there were some that with older connectors that just aren't worth anything because no one has that connector anymore. And everybody wants USB. So I'm just quickly moving through this Goodwill here, but if I had the time, I would definitely be going through that through those shelves. Those shelves hold some great value. This here is a Nintendo DS holder. Definitely look out for the Nintendo branded. I think this is not even Nintendo. I think this is like a Power A brand, but it still has Nintendo on it and was probably sold at a GameStop or something. But anything Nintendo, PlayStation usually is pretty good. Nintendo tends to be a bit better, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to price that probably about $15 in my store. Not going to be a huge profit maker, but it'll generate some interest and views into my in my store on eBay. Again, everything's nicely packed right now because it's first thing in the morning. Later on in the day, this is going to be towed up. So you got to look at everything here. I recently found a vintage video card here on the end of the aisle. I'm looking up that star lamp right now from IKEA, and I'm finding out comps at about $20, and it needs a stand. So no stand with it. So that's going back. Got to make sure your stuff is complete, especially with purses. Make sure they have all the straps, crossbody straps, just shoulder straps, or just the regular handles. Some of them are detachable, so make sure they're all there. That could really hurt the value when you go to resell it. And definitely check condition, make sure everything works. I would have checked to make sure that worked if I was going to pick it up. There are plugs in Goodwill. If you don't know where they're at, ask an employee. Test your electronics if you can at Goodwill before you leave. This here, I just took a moment here to quickly scan this guy. This is where I'm going to find some outrageous comps on it. These are all listed prices. Nothing sold. I think it was about $5.49 for that cup. It's an unusual Starbucks mug, and it had the lid, so I'm pretty sure worst case scenario, I'll probably get $20-$25 for it, but we'll still make something on it. Still got to do a little more research on it and get an appropriate eBay comp for that mug. But nothing else there against the wall, so I can really tell. I don't mess with art. Well, I shouldn't say don't mess with art. I will pick it up from time to time, and that time is very far and in between when I do pick up art. I could have a bunch of art sitting upstairs in my storage that need to go out. Just taking a look behind, seeing what's hiding back there. Nothing. I don't see anything. I see some cameras, but they're just generic cameras. Definitely look out for the major brands when it comes to cameras. Like Arlo cameras are really good. Even Amazon discontinued their cameras that they were using for a while. They went straight to Ring cameras now, I believe. And yeah, look out for cameras, Ring cameras. I recently, and I'm kind of annoyed with myself, left behind some IP or Internet Protocol cameras. Basically a camera, basically like, you know, a camera you would, like an Arlo camera or, you know, any camera that you would use at your home. And they had a minion design on it. And each of those cameras were about 40 to $50 a camera. And I thought I had purchased them, but I guess I left them behind the counter. They were $21 for the bag, and there were 6 of them in there. Ugh, still beating myself up over it. So make sure if you grab something from the glass, I don't know about your Goodwills, but at our Goodwills, if you get something from the glass case, which are usually your higher end items, they're going to take those and keep them behind the counter. And I have on several occasions forgotten to ask them, hey, I got something from the glass, I'm ready to pay for it now, when I'm making my final purchase. So be cautious, be aware, you're not leaving profit behind. It's kind of annoying now that I'm thinking about it again. But it was only money. I still have other, you know, big profit items in my store. Now these things here, these Sirius XM radio, this is an older one though. Sirius XM radio devices, they could be, yeah, some of them could be worth it. All depends on what your buying price is. You know, anywhere from $20 to $30. I recently sold a whole set. It was a Sirius XM radio connection for your car, and I picked up at the flea market for $5, and I sold that for $30 not too long ago. This one here, I'm going to end up putting back. It's just the they want, I think it was $11.59 for it. Comps out close to $20, so I'm getting rid of that. It's not going to stay with me. Now, these trips I'm making and I'm filming for you guys, these aren't, you know, these trips aren't for me to, you know, just accumulate quantity, because I have enough quantity that I get regularly to list in my store. This is just, I'm searching the shelves. I'm looking for those, you know, I'm looking more hopefully for those big bolo items that are big scores, using my knowledge, using the eBay app, using Google Lens to hopefully find some big bolo items. I mean, that Brighton purse, that's going to be that's a big score. At least $100, maybe more on that purse. And yeah, I'm looking for other things, you know, $20 items. Maybe if it's really cool, I do pick up something a little bit later in this video that's really cool. The profit is really not there. I mean, it's like probably going to be maybe only $8 to $10 profit, but I really liked it, and I decided to pull the trigger on it. But it'll come up in the video in a little bit here. Carts coming out. Be on the lookout for carts. I mean, it's so early in the morning. I should just be looking at all the shelves because everything's been refreshed. But if it's later in the day and you hear carts coming out, or over here they bring like big blue bins out, definitely check those out, because more than likely the shelves have been really picked over, and the good stuff will be in the stuff that's wrong. That lady over to the left, she's a local reseller as well too. I run into her quite frequently at many Goodwills. But sometimes I enjoy going later to Goodwill after everything's been picked over and going towards the evening. Today's Thursday, which is usually one of our evening days at Goodwill. And we will go over to one of our local Goodwills, which is the closest to us, and go look for things to, good things to buy and sell. And what I enjoy mostly about it is it just takes, I wouldn't recommend it for new sellers. Anybody that's new or just getting going, or haven't been doing it for several years, try to go as early as possible, because usually the earlier the better. The more stuff they have out there, the newer stuff. It's before everybody else gets out there and starts picking. Towards the latter part of the day, you really got to have a specialized knowledge. You really got to have, or just a lot of knowledge over the years that you've accumulated to really find profit out there in all these items. And so I enjoy going later in the day just because, I just take like a, satisfaction in the fact that, all this, somebody left this $50, $60, $70 item sitting there on the shelves, and, just because, I have over 20 years of experience in doing this, and in different categories, I can identify the value in something that's just sitting there for me to pick. Looking at the wallets, I've explained before, wallets are great sellers if you can find the right, the right wallets. And to sell, they're easy to ship, bubble mailer, and they weigh almost nothing. They go ground advantage now. They used to go first class, but ground advantage. One thing I found about the ground advantage is it's a little bit more expensive than first class. So if your items are under £1, it's gonna be, the lowest is right around $4.14, I think. Yeah, it was right. Everything seems to be going for right around $4 or a little bit more. And first class, I believe, was going, I mean, it's not crazy, not like, oh my god, it's a huge amount, but maybe about a quarter less. So it was a little bit more expensive for the smaller items, but way better for the items that are it's really great for the items that are between 1 to 2 pounds, and it appears to be like under $10 to ship those out, which before it was right around $11 to get those shipped out. And that's $11 shipping, not within my state or the surrounding states around me, going around Midwest to East Coast. I do get a lot of Midwest to East Coast buyers. Whoa, I don't know what happened to the color here. Maybe the blue from the bin just kind of threw off the camera's color thing. These are these kettles, water kettles. You definitely want to look out for these. These are the Gooseneck design, and the Gooseneck are more desirable than just the regular old water kettles. So if you do find the water kettles, see if you can find the Gooseneck ones. Although I found other water kettles that have been valuable, that are just the standard type of water kettles, but the Gooseneck ones, they sell well. That one comps at about $50. That one also has like an adjustable temperature thing, so I don't know. I might sell my Gooseneck and keep that one. We'll see. This was just a really nice leather, just journal organizer. It's unbranded, and they sell these on Amazon. And I bought my wife one on Amazon. Not this exact one, but I bought my wife one on Amazon, and that was about $30 or $40. So this was, I think, $4 or $3, somewhere right around there. I'm gonna pick it up just because it's a nice thick leather on it, and my wife might like it, or I'll try to sell it. Didn't look like any of the paper was used. Looking at wallets, a bunch of shoes here. I'm pretty much almost out of the shoe game. I mean, I got a few shoes here and there, but I'm not in it at all. Later on, it's not in the video, but I'm gonna run into another reseller friend here, and he's a big shoe guy. He's actually on Amazon, heavy on Amazon. So, and he does used shoes on Amazon, and he does pretty well. Just doing that. I mean, he does other stuff too. He does a little bit of he gets into a little bit of everything, but primarily just a shoe guy. I see a random hat here. Kind of out of place, but I'm looking here at the pottery and glass. This section is kind of like a mix of just a mixture of different colors of glass and pottery. Kind of strange because on the end caps they usually have the color, they're all color coordinated, but here it's just, they just kind of, I guess the stuff that doesn't quite fit in on the end caps. I spotted a nice glass vase, really nice colors in it. Definitely has some like hard water staining or something on the inside, so I'll definitely need to get that out. Vinegar works really well. Water and vinegar, distilled vinegar. Soak it, fill it up, soak it for a little bit. There's someone right behind me at this point again. It always happens. Someone right on my tail. That's why I kind of moved the cart a little bit, but this is the life of a reseller going to Goodwill. So I'm just going to scan this glass really quick, try to get a name on it. I find out it's a Dansk glass, piece of glass, so this is actually going to be pretty. It's going to be a nice seller, probably about $25 to $30 or so. Here we go. I'm going to put that in the cart. I'm going to take that. And nothing really else. I take a second look at these salt and pepper shakers. I told my wife a little while ago I'm not buying any more salt and pepper shakers. They sit for a while and they only go for like $10 to $15. But there were 4 pumpkin, and Halloween's coming up. 4 pumpkin salt and pepper shakers in there, and that was $3.79 for that bag. I'm predicting about $15 for the pair, and $30 in total. I pick up this piece of glass. I'm going to show you guys what not to really buy. See that cut on top? The way the glass is cut? That's a lower end piece of glass, and definitely not something to be picking up and reselling. Unless it's really cool and, maybe it's from Pier 1 or something, or from Crate and Barrel. But if it's an unnamed piece of glass and it's cut like that, stay away from it. It is, it's not going to be worth it at all. It's going to sit forever, or if it does sell, it's not going to sell for big profit there. And we're still moving on down. We're moving on down this aisle. Nothing really else is catching my eye here. I'm looking up and down, checking out each aisle, each section. You got to look down below too. Don't forget to look at the lower shelves. Sometimes there could be something hidden down there. I was neglecting the clear glass, but here in the clear glass area, I've not been very lucky here in the clear glass. Other Goodwills, yes, I have been, but here, I really haven't found anything. Sometimes you can pick up those branded rocks glasses, like Jack Daniels or Knob Creek, the whiskey ones, Jameson. And sometimes those will do pretty well if you get them for under $2. And best if you get them like in a pair for, around $3 to $4. These tea light candle might have been good. And I was kind of wondering if maybe these should have been in a set. Sometimes on the tag they'll write set of 2 or set of 3. But they were all individually priced for about $2.50 for those tea lights. Now, normally, down towards the bottom of the shelf, they'll put a bunch of small glass items, like these little tea light holders, together. And if they had done that, and maybe they're priced around $5 or $6, this might have been a good deal, because they were Crate and Barrel tea lights. And I find out they're about, I think last comp was at $4.99. It was $4.99 each, so... But at $2.50 each, that's a leave on the shelf. That's a leave behind. Yep. Just double checking everything, and everything's all individually priced, so I'm leaving those behind. If you find those in a big bag, or you find them at a garage sale somewhere, flea market, and get a whole bunch of them for a really low price, those would be good sellers. I mean, they're Crate and Barrel, they're red, they're glass, they're tea light holders. Really cool. Yeah, more bins are coming out. There's more stuff coming out. They are stocking the shelves, even though this place had just opened. So, as a matter of fact, the manager, I don't know her personally, but I do know of her. Um, she asked me, "Can you get the door?" The door was kind of a little bit stuck with the lock, so I helped her. I was the first one there and assisted her in opening that. Be nice, be kind, be friendly to the Goodwill staff, anybody around you there. You do not want to have a bad reputation to places you're going and looking for merchandise for your online store. Remember, anybody can refuse your service or your they can refuse you or block you from shopping there if they really wanted to. I pick up these little tea light holders. Kind of cool because it was new. It was in the box. I do put that back. I find out later. Yeah. I thought that glass was marked. I thought that was a whiskey brand. What's it called? Not Wilton, but what's it called? It is called. It is something you do want to look out for. Although I've never seen it out there. I've never seen it out there before. But I'm gonna have to look it up and come back another video with it. But either way, we're moving on down, checking the end caps again on this side because I don't think I looked at these yet. And I want to make sure I check these out, make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. This is primarily where you'll find your colored glass, possibly a Glassy Baby hanging out there. Although I think the Glassy Baby market is getting a little flush with items. Here we go. We spot this little handle. That's a bar tap. That's Heineken. They want $15 for it, and I bought it anyway. It'll probably make maybe $10 on it, but it's a cool item. I don't know. I might hold on to it for a bit before I sell it, but I thought it was cool. I even asked at the front, but the girl at the front was kind of new. I asked her if I can get a little bit of a discount. Don't be afraid to ask to see if you can get a little bit off the price. Some of them will accommodate, some of them won't. The girl at the front here, she was new, so I didn't want to push the issue at all, so I just bought it as is. And I will keep it in my collection until I sell it. Probably not for very much profit. Heineken. Check out your bar taps. They are good. They're good sellers. There's always a buyer for beer products, especially Heineken. Heineken's very well known. And usually the fancier the bar tap, the better. But what was I saying before? I was talking about the Glassy Baby. I just feel like the market is just getting a little too, like, eBay is just flush with Glassy Baby right now. I have 2 Glassy Babies sitting out there, and they're just sitting there for $50, and there hasn't been much movement on those, much interest. So kind of strange, but that's what happens. Everyone keeps talking about, this brand or look out for this, get this, and then everybody's looking for it. Then everybody just floods the market with it. So I might end up just keeping them, pulling them down, keeping them. They are really nice. I do like candles, like burning candles, especially at night. I'm looking for those Pier 1 things. I don't find those exact ones, but I don't find a good sell-through rate on just on Pier 1 and tea light candle holders. So I'm going to put those back. I'm not going to bother with those. I couldn't scan the barcode, but just looking at tea light holders in general from Pier 1, it doesn't look very good. So we're putting that back. I don't know if you guys can tell with when I'm glancing over with the camera periodically. There's a lot of clothes this one. A lot of clothes. If you are a clothing reseller, this would be... You could spend all day here. And I do see people spending a lot of time here going through clothes. And, I will go through clothes. If I am not finding anything, if I am really striking out everywhere, I will start to go through clothes. It's not that I don't know like what I should be getting, what I know what to look out for. I know, the difference between vintage and modern, and I will start going through it. And at this Goodwill, you find some real heat as far as the clothes go. Um, but I just don't like clothes. I don't like dealing with them. I don't like storing them. You have to make sure you wash them. I'm not a fan of clothing. So as a last resort, I will go to clothing. I'm gonna pop into this bin. I saw this guy in there. I haven't seen that guy before, but he was kind of going through this bin, so I thought I'd just take a peek really quick after he was done. Nothing really that great. Nothing really that great in these bins that they were pulling out here. But there's a lot of cookware, lids, and stuff. And I don't do too much cookware. I mean, I will do it. I will always do something. I will always buy something and resell it if I'm going to make good profit on it. But just stuff like pots and pans, it's the boxes just that you need for them are just too big, and they have a handle. Maybe if they had detachable handles, that'd be nice, but got to worry about the handle. That adds added length to it, which means increased shipping costs, which means you're passing that cost along to the buyer, which means the buyer might not be purchasing your item. But that's going to wrap it up here at the Goodwill. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little more in depth of what I actually purchased.
Okay, so this is here what I picked up at the Goodwill. You saw me pick up this right here, this gooseneck. I have to open it up and just make sure it's clean on the inside. But there should be like a $50 to $60 score in here. $8.09 is what I paid for it. And like I said in the video, look out for the gooseneck. The gooseneck are a more premium water kettle, usually. Check the brands. Make sure to look up the brand name. What's really cool about this one is an adjustable temperature setting. Now, people that are, real coffee lovers, people that are crazy about their coffee and tea, they will know like the exact temperature you should be pouring at and everything. So this will provide them with all those customizations for their coffee. But real nice find. If you see the kettles, if they're a gooseneck, look it up. Usually you can get more than what they're asking. Usually good profit on those. So that's a good profit item right here. This glass vase here, and it drew me in just with the design. And obviously with these types of designs take a little bit more skill. And this is a Dansk, D-A-N-S-A-K, I believe, glass vase. And I should expect to get about $30 for that. $5.89 is what I paid for that item. This Nintendo thing, I'm not expecting a big profit on it, but make about $10 or so on it. It's Nintendo. I'll throw it up in the store. It'll get a lot of views, a lot of watchers, and it should sell relatively quickly. Nintendo DS case, the hard shell plastic, $4.39 is what I paid for that, and I expect to get $15 on eBay for that item. And it's easy to ship, easy to store, so pretty good item there. This was the Starbucks mug, which I comped at. Now I hope I didn't break that. Great. Nope, looks good. Turns out to not be that great after all. Maybe $25 on that guy. So probably not a bolo, not a pickup for $9.79. That was a mistake on my part. Look up your Starbucks mugs. Do a better job of trying to comp them in stores. But this one here, the silver with the brown, it is all ceramic lid. It is not that great of a bolo. So maybe $10, $12 profit after everything's said and done. These ones here were actually pretty good. I'm going to throw these up for about 20 bucks in my store. Couldn't find these exact little mirrors, but they are vintage. 1990 Action Industries. They got a nice, I believe that's brass and plastic. Set of two. I'm going to sell both of them together. They were $3.19. And just a really cool, unique item. And this is what I like putting on eBay, stuff you just can't find anymore. You're not going to be able to find it. I mean, you can find knockoff stuff like this, maybe at a what do you call it, like a Michael's, but this old stuff from the 90s, only place you're going to find this stuff is on eBay. So I'm going to throw this up there, 20 bucks for both of these, and that should be a quick, easy seller, hopefully, based on the comps I saw. And easy to store, easy to ship. Bubble mailer, wrap it in bubble wrap really quick, throw it in a bubble mailer. This will sit flat inside a box, easy. And it was only $3.19, so not that much of a buy-in on that one. This one here was more of a, this one I'm going to keep for a while. I'm definitely going to keep this. It's cool. It's a Heineken. I like the, the gold emblem here. It was $14.49 for that guy. Definitely, not for $14.99. If you can get it for $10 or less, comps out right around $25. So definitely not losing money on it, but I'm not making the margins that I would like to make. It is an easy shipper. Probably, it's easy to store too. But I'm probably going to hold on to this for a while, and maybe the value goes up, maybe it goes down. Who knows? We'll try to make something on it. And then this leather journal here, maybe a keeper, maybe not, we'll see. But I'm going to post this up for 20 bucks. I got it for $3.69. It's nice leather. I do see them on Amazon. On Amazon, they do go for quite a bit. But we'll see. About 20 bucks on that. It is unused. Got plenty of paper in there. If any, don't think any's been ripped out that I can tell. Not that I would probably know, but a little bit of an organizer, journal. It's got the clips here to keep it sealed. Don't need the rubber band. Not sure what these little holes would be for though. See little slits there. I'm not sure if it's missing something. I don't know. I might scan it later, but I'm going to ask 20 bucks on it and see what happens. For $3.39, again, another easy, easy throw in a bubble mailer. This will sit flat inside a box. This Brighton purse wasn't as much as I thought it would be. It's probably only a $50 purse, but still, it's better. It was only $16, so not a bad profit on that. We'll see how quickly it moves, but it's nice and it's pretty clean on the inside, and it's got the crossbody strap, which luckily is not detachable, which is probably why it didn't get lost. It is a Brighton. It is leather. This isn't real crocodile. This is leather that has been embossed to look like crocodile, but it's not crocodile, so it's not real crocodile skin. Just a little bit of cleanup on there because it's a little dusty in the crevice there, but that's easy to come out. Otherwise, there's no tears, not a lot of wear on it. Still a good purse, and people buy Brighton purses, so that will sell pretty well. And the last thing I got, which this is even before I started making videos, I said I'm not buying salt and pepper shakers anymore, but just like shoes, if the deal's right, the deal's right. 4 shakers, $3.69 for the whole bag, and hopefully $15 each, so hopefully $30 on this whole bag here of these shakers. And let me take them out really quick, just little. There's some crazing on them. The crazing is the cracking that occurs in the glaze. It's not necessarily cracked, it's just the glaze that's cracked there. So the salt's not going to come pouring out, and I'll do, what, I think there might be some actual salt in there. I might need to wash these. There's something inside there. I think there's like a clump of salt or something. But with fall coming up, November, Halloween, hopefully price them at 15 bucks, and hopefully they'll go pretty quickly. But cool little salt and pepper shakers. But that's what I got from the Goodwill trip today, guys. Let me know if you guys saw anything in the video that maybe I missed. Maybe I, should go back to pick up. And let me know if you guys agree with these finds. If you don't, if you learned something new, please leave a comment down below. Thumbs up and a subscribe would be much appreciated. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.